Federal Environment Minister Myer One has just given the go-ahead for Australia's largest gas project, Woodside's Northwest Shelf, extending it to the year 2070. But the proposed extension comes with strict conditions. Senator Watt said in a statement he considered potential impacts of extending the project on the national heritage values of nearby ancient rock art, alongside economic and social matters of the development. He said the impact of air emissions on the Murujuga rock art that forms part of the Dampier archipelago was considered as part of the assessment process, and said he had ensured that adequate protection for the rock art was central to the decision to go ahead with the extension of the Northwest Shelf project. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese had on Wednesday reaffirmed the government's support for gas as Australia shifts to a renewable future, saying it was needed to support the green energy plan.
Our view is renewables, backed by gas, backed by batteries and backed by hydro, is the way forward for Australia.
It comes as Mr Albanese prepares to hold cabinet in Perth on Tuesday. Woodside now has 10 days to respond to the proposal and the new conditions before a final decision is made by Senator Watt.
Myer is my store.
Myer is overhauling its loyalty program as the 125-year-old retailer looks to stay relevant.
Look, Myer's really operating in a very competitive world of retail, as are all retailers. But, the department store of years ago is not what it is now. So there's a lot more competition physically in terms of stores, and there's a lot more competition online, and that's been ramping up over recent years in particular. And Myer's kind of, looking to find a special place in the hearts of consumers again.
And I think the interesting way that they've decided to do this is by overhauling their loyalty program, the Myer One initiative, and they've appointed somebody to do this who basically did the same thing for Qantas with their frequent flyer program. Can you talk us through how these loyalty programs work and what the thinking is here with what Myer is intending to do?
Yeah, sure. Look, these programs are not new by any stretch. Qantas is probably one of the most successful in Australia, and there's a bunch of them globally. The basic idea is that consumers build a strong connection to the brand, collecting points, using points, whether it be spending with the retailer or even with partner retailers and partner brands. For instance, with Qantas, you can redeem flights, you can buy products through their marketplace, you can collect points through other stores like BP, for instance, when you're buying petrol. So there's a whole sort of ream of different ways that you can collect points and then that you can use points. And particularly with brands like Qantas, there are avid points collectors that spend a lot of time and effort building up their points, finding ways and hacks and then using those points to get the most value.
Younger generations, do they feel any loyalty towards, a particular department store in the way that previous generations might have?
Look, historically, no. This has been the thing, is that younger consumers are definitely looking for more value, and they're more digital natives, and they're willing to jump online and price shop. And people are doing that in the store. People could be shopping in a store, looking at a product, and actually jumping online and seeing if they can buy it cheaper elsewhere.